Everyone going on, alright, Cody back again, dropping yet another video. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be working in prison, what sort of jobs you can do, how much you earn, hours, things like that. Right, so for those that don't know, I've just got out like 5-6 weeks ago from a Cat B prison in Salford called Forest Bank. On my last stretch, I was a cleaner on the induction wing. When you're a cleaner on the wing, you can do everything from cleaning cells to sweeping, mopping, brushing, fucking helping people down to the main with the bags if they've got like loads of bags because they might have been in prison for a long time. Yeah, so I was a cleaner. I was in there 2 days, and then I was in like 48 hours, and then on the Sunday tea time, I was on the phone to my ma. I get a tap on a bat from the Red Badge being a senior officer. Never spoken to him, didn't know who he was. Right, I was a quiet kid, keeping myself to myself. He said, "You want a job?" I said, "The job doing what?" He goes, "On the wing cleaning." I said, "Yeah." He said, "All right, move from 27 cell 27 to cell 47. So I did. And that was it. I was a cleaner. When you're a cleaner, when you first start, right, you've got to put a shift in. The lads that are on the cleaners with you, there's like job progression, right? The longer you're there and stuff, and then someone leaves, you step up one, then someone else leaves, you step up again, and things like that, right? The number one is in charge of the cleaners. The number one's a prisoner. He's in charge of the cleaners on the wing. There are other jobs available. You can go and work in the workshops and stuff. Some people are taking computers apart. Some people are smashing computers. Some people making prison towels. Some people making prison boxer shorts. Some people are working for an external company doing telesales where you work on a computer and stuff. You don't actually speak to someone. Wages can earn, right? Then you've got like shop orderlies, where the shop is like the canteen, where people order the canteen and stuff. You're overseen by the screws. They go into like a warehouse thing, and you have to you're like order picking, right? So if someone's ordered like, I don't know, pack of coffee, some Malm strips, which are like sweets, shower gels, writing pads, stamps, things like that. The prisoner will go around and collect all these items, take it to the screw at the end and say, right, this is what's in the bag. The screw will sign off on it. So that's another job. You've got shop orderlies. You can work in receptions like the prison reception where prisoners come in, you feed them, you feed the prisoners that are coming in, you sweep, you mop, you make brews for the screws, all that sort of stuff. Now, people might be watching this thinking, fucking, I don't want to be a fucking cleaner in no prison, right? As a cleaner on the induction wing, because like I say, there's you work in the shop orderlies, you can do gardens if there's gardens within the prison, like gardens and stuff. You got shop orderlies, you got like fucking workshops, you got working on the wings and stuff like that, cleaning and stuff. So yeah, like I say, the thing is with the jobs, yeah, like guys, how much do you reckon, yeah, I got for working 7 days, right down the main bit of the jail, right, in Forest Bank. Yeah, every prison is different. Again, the jobs will be different from prison to prison, right? But yeah, it's a way of getting out your cell and earning money, right? So do it. My advice is, as soon as you land in the jail, get on the kiosk. The kiosk looks like a job centre point. It's like a computer built into like a little plastic case thing on the wing. Get on there, apply for jobs, right? Certain jobs have got certain criteria. You might have to have less than 12 months or over 12 months, and you might have to be enhanced, which means you've got to be A for 3 months before you can get the job. And there's different criteria for different jobs in different parts of the prison and stuff. Then you can work in the kitchens as well as a chef. There's so many different jobs. But like I say, relevant to me, I was a cleaner on the induction wing. The induction wing, for a cleaner being on the induction wing, is hard graft, because the thing is, if you're down the main, yeah, apart from like the odd lad that might get out from day to day, yeah, like you don't have to clean cells, right? But you've still got to do your sweeping, your mopping, your brushing, your fucking wipe downs, your sprays, you fucking still got to do the survey, serve food to the lads, giving out like bread and things like that. But in the top bit of the jail, yeah, in the induction wing, fuck man, right, you've got to do cell cleans, right? Now cell cleans, yeah, are where the lads have been moved down to the bottom part of the jail, or they've been released, or they got out on a bail application, and you've got to graft, right? And some of these cells, I tell you, some lads in jail are scruffy cunts, right? They've got no admin about them, admin being like the looking after themselves, clean and stuff like that. Some lads didn't shower. Some people shitted up. For those that don't know, shitting up, as is what it sounds, people shit in the hand and write it all over the cell wall, over themselves and stuff. In that case, we don't have to do it. it's down to an industrial cleaning company that come in and do it. Sodexo it was for us. Sodexo ran the prison, so it was their cleaners that did it. But yeah, when the state of the cells and stuff, we've got to go in, sweep, mop, pick up all the big stuff. You can find shit on toilet paper down the side of the toilet. Fucking porn mags that have been fucking jizzed all over. You've got, when you go into these like pads and stuff, you've got to wear gloves because you don't know if they've got Hep B, Hep C, HIV. It goes on. So yeah. So for working 7 days a week, right? Like I was getting a whopping £11.25, right? That's a week, right? Not an hour, a week. But because of they charge you £1 because I was in a single cell because I was a cleaner. They charge you £1 for your telly, so I came out with £10.25 for working 7 days a week. And like I say, for my 7 days a week, it's a lot of graft. Like I say, how the cleaning works, right? You've got different cleaners. You've got mentors, which are like prisoners that are they can mentor the lads. You can be a listener. A listener's like a counselling service for prisoners and stuff. If you're down, depressed, suicidal, you go and speak to the listener. For anyone that's watching this and stuff, and you're in that, if you ever go to prison, you're in that situation, the prisoner, the listener is a prisoner, so speak to him. It's very worthwhile if you need to. Trust me, it's better than taking your own life. Like, so definitely talk to the listener. He can help you, give you advice and stuff, and take you under his wing. Then you've got the number one. Like I say, the number one's in charge of the cleaners. The number one that I had was a top lad. He's out now, I believe. Wish him all the best. He was the number one. He was a mentor. He used to do the inductions. He used to work in reception. He was cleaning. He did everything. He was a role model. He looked after the lads. Then, like I say, you've got mentors. Then you've got lads that work for shelters and housing charity that work on the outside. They work in prisons, right, and try and help people get housed. They're useless. They're fucking shy. What they're doing now, they're passing their knowledge on to prisoners. But they're useless. Don't ever use them. Do not use shelter for anything. They're shite. Trust me. Believe me. Right. So like I say, on the cleaners, you've got like the ones. So you'd have two lads on the ones. They've got to do, they do sweep and mop the ones, which is like the biggest landing, right? They've got to replace the bin, so they've got empty bin bags, put the bin bags out. Fucking like the food bins, they've got to take the food bins out when people put food into the waste. It's just an hard graft, you know. Like I say, wage wise, right, I was on a shit wage. I was on the bog standard wage, right. I was on the ones, and then from the ones I progressed onto the showers. And then, like I say, the showers was an hard graft as well. But people even some guy actually had a shit in the shower. So yeah, it goes on. Some scruffy cunts in jail. Some top lads, but some scruffy cunts as well. So like I say, I was earning £10.25. The wing painter, who was a mate of mine, he was getting £15 a week, but there was never no paint because the prison wouldn't buy the paint, so he was getting paid 15 quid for just cleaning and doing pad cleans as well. Pad cleans being cell cleans. So there was never no paint. Then you've got like I think mentors. I think they're on 20 quid a week. Number one, I think he was on 25. And the most you can earn in the jail, these orderlies these cleaners that do the whole fucking jail, they bring bedding packs from stores up. They do sweeping, they mop all the jail, the where you walk around and stuff. They clean up all that part. They was getting 28 quid a week. 28 quid a week in prison doesn't go very far because the items that you buy are overpriced. I mean, tobacco and stuff sets you back about £5 a pack. A lot of prisons now are becoming non-smoking and they're doing these e-cigs and stuff like that. So £28 not much. Then working in the workshops, the lads were getting 15, 18, £20. And then telesales within the prison, they don't speak to people, it's all computerised. They was only like 25 a week. I was happy cleaning on the wing, me, because like I say, you got the best choice of the food, because as soon as the food came over, you eat before anyone else eats, right? So there was like all the cleaners get together, we have the food and stuff. If there's any leftover, desserts, donuts, ice creams, biscuits, things like that, we'd all share out between ourselves. So like I say, that was good. The thing is, your jail will go quicker anyone that's been in jail, they'll know this, right? If you've worked in prison, right? If it's a working prison and you're working, the time will go so much quicker if you were grafting and working your bollocks off. Trust me. People think, I'm not fucking working 7 days a week for £10.25. Don't sit behind your door, fucking watch your television, right? Bored out your nuts. Your time will drag and drag and drag and drag and drag because you'll spend all your time behind your door. You'll get out for sauce, you're back behind your door. You wake up, you're behind your door. You go for breakfast, you're behind your door. If you don't go out on exercise, you're behind your door. Come back from exercise, you're behind your door. Then you get locked up for your afternoon, then you're behind your pad. Some people like doing the jail like that, right? I prefer to work, yeah. It was hard graft. Top lads that were in there. It was as clean as, yeah. You've got to be whiter than white, yeah, because the screws are watching you all the time, yeah. A lot of decent screws in my last jail and stuff like that. So like I say, as soon as you get to the jail, apply for a job. Speak to the screws, right? Say to the screws, look, can you give us a job? If you go in with a shit attitude and speak to him like he's a prick, he's not going to help you, is he? If you say, listen, boss, my head's a bit fucked, my head's up my ass, right? I just landed, it's my first time in jail. Is there any chance of getting a job? Be polite, be courteous, right? If you speak to him like a prick, he'll just fuck you off. If you speak to him decent, he might pull it out of the bag and might get you a job, or have a word with the cleaners, see if he can get you a job. I was lucky, because the cleaner, the number one who was in charge of the cleaners, right, a prisoner, like I say, he's a prisoner, the number one, but he's worked his way up and he's at the top of the tree, right? I respected him massively. He was a top lad. Well, he was picking, the number one was picking all the cleaners, but for some reason this one time they picked me, and I was like, what the fuck? So when I found out this, I was like, well, why'd they pick me, you know what I mean? But yeah, the number one was picking the cleaners. What you could do as well is, if you wanted to, like, money talks in prison. If you've got money behind you, say you're from Liverpool or something and you land in a Manchester prison, yes, Forest Bank, Strangeways, right? And you've got money behind you, it might be worth you saying to the number one, right, I'll drop you like a couple of £100 if you get me on the cleaners, right? And it'll be worth it, because like I say, you get people might think, I'm not fucking paying to fucking clean in prison. Yeah, but like I say, you get out your cell, you're in a trusted position, you can get away, if you wanted to, you could get away with murder. Like I say, you're out all the time, so you're able to do what you want pretty much. But like I say, as clean as you've got to be whiter than white, because the screws are always watching you. You've got CCTV, you've got security watching the cameras, so you know what I mean? But like I say, some top lads, when someone leaves, then another cleaner comes on. Someone else leaves, another cleaner comes on. The day I left, before I'd even left, there was another cleaner coming on to replace me and stuff like that. So yeah, working in prisons very, very, very gives you a sense of self-worth, right? The money's not fantastic. The money doesn't really go far, to be honest. Like how it used to work in Forest Bank, you'd work from Monday to Friday, you get paid on the Monday. So the Monday afternoon, £10.25 would go over. Well, should have been £11.25, but it says in the kiosk, it says £1 for your telly. But like I say, it's a small price to pay for having your own cell. As cleaners, you will get a single cell. Again, every prison is different, but every prison I've been in, the cleaners have always had their own cell. That's a perk of being a cleaner. But I was high risk anyway. High risk means you're high risk of kicking off, violent and everything else. So I got my own cell anyway. So, but as a cleaner, I got my own cell because I was a cleaner. So it didn't really matter for me either way. But I've done stretches behind my door and I've done stretch grafting, and I much prefer grafting because, like I say, you're out your cell, you get the first choice. As soon as the food comes over and it's piping hot, bam, you're straight on it. You can have what you want, yeah. Like when burgers come over, we had the use of the toaster, so we could toast like our buns, hot butter them, bam, makes all the difference, right? Hot dogs coming over with a bun, toast it, nice toaster. If you've got a problem with one of the lads in there, right, and you can't fucking get to him because he might be an OP, i.e. own protection, or he might be a VP, a nonce, because if the nonce wing's full, they can put them in general population. Behind the door is DNUs. None of the lads that are behind their doors will come into contact with the DNUs, because when the lads are out, the DNUs are locked up. When the DNUs are out, the lads are locked up, right? But so if you with the nonces and stuff, if we found out they was in for noncing, we'd be putting a hot dog between our ass cheeks, like, and I mean like touching your asshole, right? Because I know that people think, oh fucking hell, you should just fill them in. Like, we was in position of trust, right? You got a decent job, yeah, working within a prison. You can do what you want, yeah. You can get what you want, right? You're earning money, right? Why are you going to fuck it up by filling some cunt in? Right, so there's other ways to skin a cat. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like I say, we support hot dog, fucking buns, fucking hot dogs, cheek them between our ass cheeks, spit in the mash, in the soup, spit in their fucking thing. Because they used to come down and get their food, right? So what we do, we put theirs on a polystyrene tray and we'd write the cell on. So because their menu was in front of us, right? So we would put the food that came over from the kitchens onto the hot plate. Then we'd fuck around with their portion and give them the food. They never knew what he was eating. Fucking, they probably eating more pubes and fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking pubes and shit ass fucking things. And that's just the way we treat the nonces, man. You get close to working with the screws as well. The screws we used to have a laugh with. A lot of people got this screws mentality, it's us versus them. It is and it's not. It depends which screws. We had a lot of decent screws on our wing. And if I was on the out, I would have had a drink with them. That's how decent it was. Down to earth, treated as human beings. If you go to HMP screws are wankers. They swap the person out for a set of keys. But again, there's jobs available in HMP as well. I've been in HMP. I've been in private prisons. So yeah, guys, this is just an insight into working in prisons. Definitely worth the while. If you've got any questions on this video, please feel free to ask. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. All right, guys, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.